When I was a kid, Goku's training to save his friends and the fate of the universe inspired me to start working out so that I could save my dating life. Goku's training was intense. However, now that I'm a trainer, that left me wondering, would his training actually work in real life? Here's the plan. Rule number 1, I'm gonna attempt Goku's gravity train. But since I don't have a cool high-tech gravity modulating spaceship, I'm just gonna use a weighted vest instead. Rule number 2, I have to at least attempt every exercise that Goku does. And rule number 3, I'll use what I've learned as a trainer to extract 3 key takeaways from Goku's training that we can implement into our own actual routines here on Earth. With that said, let's hit the gym. The hair right. So we are here in the gravitational chamber where we're gonna do our hardcore training. But the first thing is we gotta turn on the gravity. And since we can't unfortunately control gravity just yet for training, we're gonna use something like a weight vest. So if you're training at home or whatever, you could also use like a backpack and just kind of load that up. Right here, I've got an orange one to represent Goku, and it's 20 pounds. So Goku's training consists of 8 different exercises, and they get progressively harder. But before we do that, it's always important to warm up a little bit. All right, so typically for warm-ups, I don't do a whole lot. Normally, like if I'm gonna get in and squat, I'm just gonna do like body weight squats, then the barbell, something like that. Since a lot of our exercises today are gonna be kind of upper body / core kind of training, we're not gonna do a whole lot, but we're gonna do just a little bit just to kind of get the whole body loosened up. So you'll see like in his training, Goku will do like martial arts movements. So he'll do like punching, he'll do like kicking, stuff like that. Yeah, you see that? Okay, so for real, what I like to do is I just like to get the arms kind of loosened up, do some swings like this, do some arm circles. Always like to keep the arms kind of in front of me. If I go too far back, it kind of feels like crunchy on my shoulders. So I'll do this for a little bit. Now, if you want to, a cool trick you can do is grab some light dumbbells, do some like lateral raises, stuff like that, do some swings. And just so you know, there are 8 different workouts that are gonna progressively get harder as we go, to the point where I actually don't even think I'm gonna be able to do the last few exercises, if even half of them. So this is gonna be intense. Because they start easy, the first few are gonna kind of be like a progression into this warm-up that we're doing. Obviously, Goku is not a bodybuilder, he's not just some gym bro or whatever, he's a martial artist fighting to save the universe. So a lot of the things that he's doing are kind of martial arts specific. The first exercise is gonna be a punch with some dumbbells. So I'm not gonna go too crazy, I'm just gonna grab these light 5s or whatever. And I've never done this before, so let's just kind of see how this goes. So he kind of just does like a straight front punch. Now remember, when he's in the gravitational room, he's feeling that gravity all over his body. I'm just kind of feeling it on my torso. Now with these dumbbells, I'm kind of feeling it in my shoulders, right? Because the gravity of the dumbbell is going downward. So that's the one like issue I've always had with this exercise. I feel like this is like one of those like 80s aerobics exercises. The gravitational force of the dumbbell is straight down, right? Whenever you're punching, if you really want to get good at punching, you've kind of got to have like the force going backwards, like against your punch, I guess. But regardless, we're doing this. I can't be too critical. Goku's like the man, he's the GOAT. Can we just spam the comments with Goku's the GOAT, please? All right, I did like 20 there. My shoulders are like kind of on fire now, but that's a good warm up for some of the rest of the stuff we're about to do. So that was the first exercise. The second exercise kind of is like a lunge. It's more like a duck walk. And I don't think this is actually him exercising when he's doing it. It's more like him trying to resist the gravitational force. But regardless, he does it. So we're gonna try it. Now, I went up a little bit in dumbbells. I'm using just a little bit higher. So I haven't done duck walks like maybe ever. So let's just see. This technique is gonna be so bad. Do not use this as like a technique critique video. But what it looks like is like he's doing this. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Okay, and I'm gonna come back. Yep, I would treat this kind of like a lunge, almost. Oh. Yeah, it's pretty good on the quads. I could see it being tough on the knees though. So what might be a better exercise is like just straight up like a lunge, just like that. And you could also go backwards if you wanted to work more on the glutes and less on the quads. So you could be like that, and you could go backwards like that, or you could just stay stationary. But regardless, That was enough right there just to put my legs on fire. That duck walk is no joke. Holy crap. Just in case you're wondering, would gravity training actually work? Like if we did have the capacity to go like 10 times Earth's gravity or 20 times Earth's gravity? Well, I have a video on that you can check out where I go into more detail, but the short answer is probably not. We might be able to do like 1.001 times Earth's gravity and work our way up to maybe 2 eventually, like just for training purposes, but the human would have to adapt over years and years, like thousands of years or whatever. So that was just a quick side note. The next exercise, exercise number 3, is one that I love. I'm very familiar with it. It's the first exercise I ever did, and that is the good old-fashioned push-up. Except now I've got a weight vest on. So I'm just gonna do 10 of these and see how they feel with the weighted vest. And like I said, this is gonna be a really good warm-up, all of these exercises, for what's coming up. Yeah, doing the weighted vest is really awesome for adding more resistance for your chest training or any kind of body weight exercise. So this is really good if you're really into body weight exercises. I love doing this push-up. Like you can see, I'm out of breath. Like, dang, man, maybe I need to do this workout more often. One of the most important aspects of Goku's training is his recovery, and we see him use sensu beans to recover. So he's broken himself down so much with his training, and he has to recover it with sensu beans. Well, unfortunately, that would be freaking awesome if we had those in real life. Please, someone like patent that and make that and send them to me. I would love that. We don't have that. So the next best thing is whey protein. So this is my whey protein shake. I drink it during and after every single workout, and I also put creatine in it, put some Gatorade in it. If you use like chocolate protein and fruit punch Gatorade, you've got yourself like a Tootsie Roll Pop. It's awesome. Make sure to give it a shot. So here we go. Let's have our sensu bean for recovery. That's refreshing. All right, so that's our first 3 exercises plus our sensu bean. So we're doing pretty good so far, but unfortunately the time has come for the most difficult exercises. I've really been dreading this, but hey, that's rule number 2 for you. I've got to try all the exercises. So I'm at least going to start giving these a shot. This is where I think we're about to start seeing some failure, and that's really bad because we have like 3 more exercises after this. All right, this is the 1-arm push-up. Now, normally I can do these, but I honestly have not done this in so long, and I've got to get like a wide base, otherwise it's just not going to happen. Remember, 20 pounds. This is like a 20 gravitational force thing. Goku does it with his feet together because he's a boss. All right, let's see what happens. Oh yeah, good back crack. All right, 5 side. Not too shabby. I probably could have got a few more, but I don't want to just destroy myself. You know, probably at least another 100 or so. Why do 1-arm push-ups? It's a good question. In my opinion, 1-arm push-ups are just for showing off. But in Goku's opinion, it's really good for defeating Frieza. So because of that, that's why we're doing them. Actually, in real life, they're probably pretty good at like helping with like punches and stuff like that. Just like any kind of force like that. Like remember how we talked about earlier with the dumbbells and punching? The gravity of those goes down. The gravity with these is in the right direction. You're actually producing the right amount of force and stuff. Or in the right direction at least. So this is just a way to make push-ups harder. That's the 1-arm push-up, and on to the next exercise. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, we just did our 1-arm push-ups. That was tough. Guys, next up is the handstand push-up. I don't think I've ever done one of these in my life because I'm not a CrossFitter or a gymnast. So we'll see what happens. So even though I'm getting absolutely demolished right now, remember, after I try all 8 of these exercises, I'll give you 3 takeaways that you can implement into your training program to help you get a better physique like Goku's. So stick around to the end for that. You can do this. You can do. Hey, all right. It's the moment I've all been waiting for, which is the handstand push up. Like I said, I've never done these. I've been instructed that if you put your feet up on the wall, that could work. I've never done it. Let's try it out. Oh, okay. Okay, let me try this. Oh, well, maybe like that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, that's good. Oh, Oh, all the blood's rushing to my head now. But I did it. Hey, good job to Goku, because he's like doing it without using the wall. He's like balancing, and he's got like whatever gravity, like 100 times gravity. That was awesome. Yeah, so that is good for working your shoulders out. The range of motion is limited, so if you really want to work your shoulders in real life, this may not be the best option. Maybe if you're a CrossFitter or something like that, or a gymnast. But your other best option would just be like, how about just like some straight up like dumbbell presses up? That way you can go all the way down, all the way back up. Just when I thought that was hard enough, Goku has to switch it up on me and do one arm handstand push-ups. And because of rule number 2, which I unfortunately put into the video, I must at least attempt this. So let's see how it goes. Yeah, okay. Not gonna happen. Okay, next exercise. All right, so we're almost there. Exercise number 7. We're kind of going back down on the intensity a little bit, but that's only before the hardest exercise of them all. So first up, exercise number 7. This is gonna be like a full sit-up with your legs straight on the ground, and then your hands are behind your head and your elbows are gonna cross over. So this is one of the first exercises he does. I haven't done a sit-up like this in a long time. Oh, and with 20 pounds, this might be kind of difficult. I think that's how he does it. It's actually pretty hard. I shouldn't have worked abs at the gym the other day. But this is actually a pretty good way to weight down your abs and make it harder. I will say I would probably want something anchoring my legs as well. See how they're coming off the ground right there? Other than that, ooh, this is a solid exercise. Phew. Okay, on to the final exercise and the hardest one of the day. Pray for me, y'all. Time for the last exercise, the hardest one of them all, the upside down sit-up. Let's go. Ugh. All right, just kidding, guys. Honestly, that exercise is absolutely crazy. I really legitimately tried it. Like I did, like check out this footage, but I just could not figure it out and feel safe at the same time. So I decided to scrap that exercise. I apologize. I really did try though. That would be a great exercise if you were Goku. Otherwise, I think something like a reverse crunch or like a hanging by your hands leg raise, or just a normal crunch, maybe at a decline, would work just as well. Don't try that at home unless you're a professional, I guess, unlike me. Turns out there was a reason why Goku was able to defeat Frieza and save the universe, and why I never could save my dating life. JK, this is my fiance, and she loves me even though I can't do an upside down sit-up with dumbbells. So as a trainer, here's what I think are the main takeaways that we can get from Goku's training. First off, bodyweight exercises can be amazing, especially when performed with great technique. Starting off, that might mean doing push-ups on your knees or sticking with bodyweight stuff. And if you've been working out a little bit longer, it might mean performing the exercises in a more advanced version, kind of like doing a deficit push-up over a normal push-up. Or it could also just be by making the lift harder using something like a weighted vest or a backpack. Second, Goku performs the basic training principle of overload. He does this by increasing the spaceship's gravity from 10 to 20 to 50, all the way up to maxing it out at 100 times Earth's gravity. We also have to overload our training. Where we start is just the baseline. Make sure that you're progressively making your lifts harder and harder. So if you start with maybe 50 pounds, start to add a little bit of weight over time. Go to 60, 70, 80 throughout the different weeks. You can also do this by just adding on more sets or more reps, as long as the total volume is increasing over time. Now, it can't always increase, otherwise people would be benching 10,000 pounds, which is where my final takeaway from Goku's training comes into play. And that is, we have to learn how to rest and recover like Goku. When he's not training, you can be sure he's either eating or sleeping. People will give you all this fancy stuff to recover, like cold plunging or red light therapy, all that different stuff. That makes up just a very minor bit of recovery, if it even works at all. The things that work the most are by far sleep and what you're eating. So make sure you're having plenty of protein throughout the day, the calories that you need, and all the sleep that you need as well. That's it for trying Goku's training. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll catch you in the next one.